I mean, the message has been consistent for, whatever period of time we've been coming out of some okay first halves, but to their credit, they are coming out to mean it in third periods. And, you start going through the areas that we didn't feel so good about in relation to our defense and trying to arrest those. We fouled too much, as an example. And I thought the guys locked in. The 38 points, like you say, confirms that. The 17-point third period confirms that. And we needed to have that mindset because they really individually have capable scorers.
What, if anything, do you know additional about Joel besides the diagnosis?
Really nothing. I haven't learned anything more than you know. I was told it was a facial contusion, and that's all I know right now.
Early stages, do you have an idea of playing time?
I have no idea.
We got to talk about Dario, especially that hustle play when he went on the floor.
Fantastic. Like truly inspirational stuff. And that's what we want to be. For the most part, I think that's who we are. And that was a courageous play, a motivating play. And he I thought tonight, was our MVP. He was the bell ringer tonight. And that play is as good as it gets if you just wanted a snapshot of how you want your team to be perceived. It speaks volumes on many levels.
He also went 6 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. And there's a lot of times when it seems like he doesn't really get the calls. Do you think that maybe he's earning a little bit more respect league-wide?
He should be. I think in relation to does that translate into more free throws or more calls, I don't know. But what I do know is he is such a significant part of this team. And from a spirit standpoint, as much as a positional / statistic standpoint, his spirit is pure. He loves basketball. He's a great teammate. And he's just trending up. He's really getting better. And so I would think as the season winds down and people just pay attention, and it really doesn't require much more than that, then his reputation from the people that matter is for sure growing.
What was your reaction when you saw Joel hit the ground, and then moving forward as a coach, how do you fill that center position throughout the game?
I mean, you do what we did. You have. I mean, it's a good win. People wouldn't feel maybe because of the record that comment is entirely true. I do. No Joel Embiid. No Amir. We came in. We learned he was sick. We played Ersan more to 5 than we normally do, and they just beat the Wizards in Washington, who are desperate. They got people that can score, and so without Joel, how do I handle it? I think is your question. Is you do it by committee, you do it by a team, and you buy some time until somebody says that Joel can return to play.
What did you think of Markelle tonight?
He has I think 15 assists, or a big number of assists, and 1 turnover in 28 minutes. Is it 15 assists? 15-1 in 28 minutes. Imagine that if you projected that out. He's got 5 rebounds tonight. I thought his free throws, both of them looked good. I thought his rise up. You don't do that without those types of numbers in that little window of time without it being an example that he's extremely proactive. And, I think that he will get back on track, I think, quicker maybe than he does, maybe than most do. And I do stand by my belief that he can help us.
Can you speak of the job Rashawn did tonight? Because you just mentioned you lose Embiid, no Johnson.
Yeah.
Rashawn came in, played well.
And that's the importance. It's another, life lesson, a professional lesson of staying ready. We understand. I've been playing Amir over Rashawn, and it's getting down to the end of the season. And now, how do people handle that? And I thought Rashawn tonight was excellent. He really responded well to that, and we needed it all.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. There's a mass exodus. Sorry, I thought Rashawn played well.
Can I get closer?
Sure. I don't remember experiencing what happened.
Sorry, I was too far.
Yeah, it's okay. All good.
Yeah, you saw those fearless moves from the court, and then at this point, 0 playoffs experience is a good thing or a bad thing with you guys' mentality.
I mean, you'd be lying to say it's a good thing to have no playoff experience and then go to the playoffs. That would not be very truthful. What I do think is there is some benefit to playing free. And, you don't know what you don't know type mentality and nothing to lose and that energy, that's all true. I mean, if you gave me a choice, I'd prefer to have a team that was really used to the playoffs. But I love this team. They play with their hearts on the sleeve. You really don't know lots of times what's going to happen. And they play hard. There's a spirit amongst the group that I wouldn't trade for anything. It's just part of our organic growth, our natural growth, stuff we have to grow through to experience that level that you're speaking of. And I'm just so excited to share in that journey with these guys. It's a really close group, and they're good people that care.
In a short...
Yeah, okay. I don't know. It's like a facial contusion is all I know. And that's all I know. I don't know.
Like day-to-day?
No, they'll provide something more than I'm able to. Sorry, Keith. I don't know.
In a short period of time, you went from having a deep bench to now having Marco and Ursa Silva, Markel Fultz coming back. Even this late in the season, are you still even trying to tinker with the rotations with your bench, given that it's even longer now than it was?
I think you're just always learning. Like tonight, look at the unlikely group we ended the game with. Saric at 5, Covington at 4, Bellinelli, Redick, and Ben. And they showed like there's another level of firepower, offensive firepower in that group. And we're big enough to switch on some stuff and keep the game in front of us. And so the team can kind of morph into many different types of looks. And that is a yes to your question, really by all sort of consistency standards. Irsan and Marco have not been with us very long, and certainly, Markel hasn't. And so it's fluid, we're learning, but to have those options I think we'll settle into something quite soon. For the most part, that starting group that's ranked number 1 in the NBA is settled in, and now the pieces around it is, I think, pliable, sometimes, fluid in how you choose to use them. But it's a good problem to have.
Obviously, TJ takes the hit with Markel, and he's been such a gritty part of the. At least have the conversation with him, because I know he wants to always do the right thing, but that's
always, and he understands. Like you just never know what goes on. But I understand. Markel comes back. He's the one that has taken the most obvious hit. And I'm incredibly mindful of that. I am completely aware of what he means to this program and what he's done to help us get to where we are. And I will make sure that we, are always candid with him and transparent and helping him and keeping him ready and keeping his spirits up, because he's incredibly much. He's a valued member of this team. Very similar to Dario. They got that bad boy sort of, tough camaraderie spirit amongst them, and he's somebody that we won't forget. Thanks, everybody.